Roland Willits, OMS Stories. Another session. I really enjoy this, so I'll just make a reasonable cut so I don't have that much to put on the computer at once.
Yeah.
I mean onto the web, because the web doesn't handle huge sessions well.
Ain't that crazy? It's there, it's open, it's empty, but it ain't empty.
Isn't that something?
I've been watching this TV program called Intelligence. And this feller, for some reason or another, he's got this gene that when he got exposed to a certain amount of something, he became a little bit higher intelligence. So they put this chip in his head, and he's connected to everything, and he can get into systems. And I just wonder how long it's going to be before they really do that to us. Because right now they've got airplanes and machinery that can be controlled by thought.
Oh yeah,
turn in your
they
head.
have hearing put in people's heads.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And science fiction is becoming science fact quickly with things like matter transporters. They've devised ways to transport matter, but it doesn't end up being the same matter they sent. So it's going to be a while before we can go poof and go yonder. But it's coming.
Close. It's close.
Yeah, it's close in what I mean.
Not in our lifetimes, but it's close.
I don't plan on going for a while.
Well, I know it could happen quicker.
We don't know when.
We don't know. It's all relative. It's like, who knows in this universe? Oh, I wanted to give you a gift.
Ooh.
Oh yes. Well, your relationship just sort of disappeared on you. Okay, and one of the things I got when that happens, because I've had it happen, is you're at a crossroads.
Yep.
And you got your choice. You can either go up or go down. You're not going to stay the same. And one of the things I found is that one person that I can truly work on when it's stressed is myself.
Oh yeah.
And the opportune time is not when everything's going along hunky-dory.
It's when you fall.
It's and in those times you look at you have an opportunity. Go out, get all the information you can on yourself, read it, learn more about yourself, become more you, and learn how to love the most important thing in your life, yourself. Even the Bible says, love thy neighbor.
As I said.
So if you don't love yourself much, you can't give a hell of a lot to your neighbor. So this is an opportunity under stress to sit and have that person that you sort of ignore a lot, and you just sit and learn how to love him.
He's hard.
More. That's right. It's hard. It's hard to get through to that.
Because you know all of his secrets.
That's right. That's right. And so what you do is you go outside yourself. You go get other people's information and read it. Okay? And it's a perfect time for you if you want to take that journey. I've taken the journey, and my life has been different.
Sometimes different is good.
It's always going to change, but it has. I saw a lot more. Now I have a word I call mystic magic. See, magic makes you think of magicians, and mystic thinks of religion. But I wanted a word in between that was cool. So I call it mystic magic, and it's that place that you can almost grab but can't.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That place you know is there, but you can't express it. That thing that happened to you, and the first time you open your mouth, it all disappears. That's what I call mystic magic.
Yep.
And And it's a time now to journey there. And I probably mysteriously appeared in your life just to give you that information.
I hope so.
Yeah. So.
I ran into something really crazy just yesterday. You wander around, you don't pay attention to who's watching you or what you're doing. And it's just a good thing that I've been behaving lately. I've been concentrating on that for a few years now. Lately, I've been behaving. And I happened to be up at Philly's a while back. And someone, according to the guy, said, "Hey, can I take your picture?" Sure. Well, I didn't know who the people were, what picture they took. A young girl that calls me and the estranged wife aunt and uncle, Sunday was at an art show. They had drawings, raffles and things. Well, this picture was on a table of me sitting on a rock wall looking down, and there was a soda, a cup of soda, and an ashtray, a pack of cigarettes, and a lighter, and me, and I was looking down. I wasn't even paying attention when they took the picture. Well, this young gal that calls me her uncle bought one ticket. That's all she had money for, was one ticket for the raffle. She didn't even see the picture. And her ticket got drawn out. They pulled out this picture and gave it to her. It was the only one of me in the whole bunch. How remarkable is that? She said there was hundreds of people there wandering around buying all these pictures, and this picture was in a pile that had been for sale. Yeah, crazy things that happen because they just do.
They just do. And everything that happens,
there's some reason.
That's just some reason there.
A lady tracked me down from 1880 town, and she and her mother had gone through on their way to California from New Jersey, and it was the last week that we were performing. They liked the little show. They bought one CD. They headed on to California, Santa Barbara. By the time they got there, they both knew the words to all the songs on that CD. So she got in touch with the town, and I'd already left. She got in touch with the town. They gave her my address here in Arizona. She wrote me a letter, and it started out with, "I'm not a stalker, but..." She's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful girl. And she wanted the rest of the CDs, so of course I sent them to her. She sent me back money plus shipping. And she, remarkably, is in the promotions industry, in a different part of it. Since she started talking with me and talking about furthering my recordings and what I do, she's come in contact with people from Australia that have interest in taking me back down there. As you say, from nowhere, here it comes.
I love that music. I can't always do it right, but I love that. Do 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 do.
Yep. And I'm going over to meet her. I don't remember her. She said I hugged her mother, but I didn't hug her. I don't know why. But I'm gonna go over and meet her next week. And we're gonna, because she knows I'm coming, she set up a little gig for me. They needed a cowboy at this function, just a cowboy. just stand around and visit with people. So that's going to pay me $25 an hour. I thought, well, that's enough to make me go right there.
Yes.
And then she says, you know, I live on a cul-de-sac and I got a lot of friends and they like country music. So I got some friends that are also pickers. Okay if we have a party? Oh, sure. So we're going to have a block party. And then she says, oh, by the way, this lady that owns an estate that I do some work for hires people sometimes just to come and entertain her. She said, would you come for an hour on Thursday? I said, yeah. She said, you can expect to be well compensated for that. And I don't know what that means.
That is so, it's magic.
Well, it is, because
Mystic magic.
all of a sudden, well, a week ago, just a week ago, I was approached by a friend that I've known for 25 years. Used to own one of the bars here in town. And through her mother and her, listening to her stepdad, who's an important figure in this town, he's ill, not doing well. He's expressed that he would like to have some gospel music to listen to while he's still here. Then he wants that music played when he goes. She said, Billy, he likes your music. Will you do something? Sure. So we started yesterday, and I've got a whole bunch of original tunes that I've written, and been collecting a few from other friends. So we're going to do the gospel album, and we're going to go forward with another original CD. At the same time, all this is happening. Here pops up a really good live recording of an entire night we did back 20 years ago. It's really good music. It's a double CD set that we're going to release soon, like this summer. Plus, we had done an old cassette. We called it Barroom Singer. That's the title song of it. And I had recorded it on another CD as well, but the Barroom Singer cassette, people still want it. So we turned it into a CD. All of a sudden, I've got a lap full of CDs. And I have this group of people that are wanting to make me go sell them CDs. Oh, and I retired. And I'm busier than I've ever friggin' been in my life.
Isn't that surprising?
I love it.
Yes, but you
I ain't got time to get old.
You went from work to hobby. And hobbies, you can spend tons of time, you can make lots of money, doesn't stop you from making money, and you have fun the whole time, and you don't have a time clock you have to worry about, and the money will just flow because you're awesome.
Well, I hope I at least obtain enough to keep me living in some kind of lifestyle. You know, I own a small double wide over here in one of the parks, and I came by it. It was pretty dilapidated. I had refurbished another house and lost my interest in it through a bad business deal. But I was able to obtain this little dilapidated 2-bedroom, 2-bath double wide. And I'm working on it a little bit at a time. I'm going to turn it into a really nice house. And I'll probably sell it or give it to someone. I've got people around me that need someplace, and right now it's not a place that I can give to them, but maybe someday.
It's awesome. You're awesome.
I love people.
Isn't that nice?
Mostly medium rare though, because they get a little tough.
Yeah, we all have all sides. You got to get the universe created all these different aspects of us. And you know what I look at? Here's how I handle it. This is another little gift. We've been around for 5 billion years. I don't accept this 6 weeks thing, but I'm 5 billion years old. And I needed one of those attributes somewhere along the way to survive.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all mine, and I'm proud of every one of them. Now, how I use them is my choice right now. But each one of those are beautiful and mine. So that's how I handle it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people that I've been acquainted with, and more so in Australia, are studiers of the mysticism of the universe and what goes on and how we can bring it to us, or how it comes to us rather. And every day I get up and I say pretty much the same words.
Yep.
Show me tomorrow.
That's right.
Not do anything today, but show me tomorrow. That's so that if the universe shows me tomorrow, it means I made it through today.
That's right.
What happens today, I'm going to leave up to somebody else.
I have. Yeah, if you look, you remember on the thing, it says on the end of it, says one more day.
One more day. And I'm looking forward to having a lot more one more days, because come around November, October, November, I want to be in Australia, because there's some tremendous country music festivals down there that go on all year.
Right.
But I've been to some of them, and I won't be able to make the one that I really like. It was my first festival that I ever went to in Gympie. It's the second largest country music gathering.
Wow.
Well, the Australians have a handle on this.
It's like I have sort of you're part of my magic journey, and I'm part of yours. you have these magic moments where you float in the universe.
Encounter.
Yeah, and I call them. I call them stage friends.
That's a good way. You ride for a ways with somebody.
That's right, and you're crowded, and sometimes it's comfortable, sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it ain't.
And you're there, and you touch, and then you float. You and I met, and we're here, and we're just so we are like little spirits in the universe.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a fellow called Gestalt?
The name doesn't really.
He wrote some philosophy. You have to get. My first degree was in philosophy. I was talking to Al Sanger, Angie's husband. We were talking truck drivers. And I said, yes, I got a BS in philosophy. Ron Hunter looked at me and says, yeah, that fits. I said, it is a license. It is a license.
It is a license, in part.
Alex said, what's philosophy? I said, for truck drivers, that's a bullshit.
Yeah. What's your philosophy? Well, let me give you a walk.
That's right.
The only degree I've ever obtained was I am certified insane, so I got a certificate for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But they have made me believe I am truly what they say.
Isn't that nice?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Isn't that
because I don't have to wonder anymore.
That's right. That's right. See, I worked. One of my jobs when I was going through the same crisis you're going, and it was right here. It was maybe 10 miles away from me in Phoenix, South Phoenix. And you got to I haven't been back to Phoenix in 50 years or 40 years. This is back in the 60s. And I had, trying to get a job, I got my fourth degree, and it was in accounting. And I got a job as vice president of finance for a mental health center right here. It was like I had 45 psychiatrists, psychologists, and social worker, and me, who hadn't looked at didn't know anything about it. And they picked on me, I gave them their paycheck. So they picked on me, and they picked on me, and they picked on me. So I sat down and I read everything there was to have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in psychology. I had all the words down. And when after that I started observing, and I can't really tell the difference between the therapist and the patient.
That is the truth. I visit with a psychiatrist quite regularly at the Navy, at the VA hospital. And what I find to be true is, by the time I've been there for just a little while, we're talking about the doctor.
There's a problem.
We're not talking about Biily no more. We're talking about the doctor. I'm wondering, maybe they need the medicine.
That's right. You're there for their help.
I take the medicine and stuff, but maybe they need it worse. I guess the budget's still good enough. They'll get some. That's another thing about years going by, where all of a sudden now, I wouldn't even take a stinking aspirin for years and years and years and years and years, because I've had a lot of accidents, and my back was broke 3 different times, but I just kept on being a cowboy and driving machinery and operating trucks, driving trucks and working on them and things, and just staying, I thought, tough. Well, the old body's starting to fall apart now. And there's days when it don't even want me to put my feet on the floor. So, I didn't expect to last this long, or I wouldn't have lived quite so funly. I've had some pretty good experiences through the years. I've done a lot of different things. Thank goodness I've been able to meet a lot of people from all over this gorgeous world. I look forward to meeting more and more and more of them as a little bit of time goes by. Just one more day.
What did you call that again? They call it. You had an Australian phrase for it. I got to remember that.
Oh, give me a minute. I talk so much.
Oh, that's all right. I have it copied.
Okay.
So I'll just look at the recording and get it. I like that. That was a cool way of looking at it. It's like there's these truths, and all we can do is sort of light them from different angles. We can't really grab onto it that much because they're sort of gone when we're there, but we can flash on them, sort of like trying to express love.
I tend to feel more closely in tune with that when I'm actually in Australia, whether I'm doing anything besides just sitting there in a damn chair. I feel closer to who I am when I'm there.
Well, the closest I made it to Australia was Vietnam.
We were supposed to go to Australia on one of our
cruises, yeah.
One of our.
So were we, but we didn't make it.
It didn't happen. Yeah. We got to chase some Russians back to Russia, or escort them, they called it.
Yep. You on Navy, man?
Yeah.
Oh, so was that?
I was a boiler tender.
Oh, were you? Okay, I was a flyer.
I was on a destroyer, and it was our job to keep the Enterprise.
You're kidding me. I was aboard the Enterprise.
We chased the Enterprise for a little while, but not very quickly. Our top speed, and we were the quickest little ship in our squadron, our top speed was 32 knots. Well, the Enterprise...
It traveled pretty fast.
Pretty fast, yeah.
At that time, it was, I don't know if it's still classified, it was classified when we tried it on our way to Hawaii once. And
if there's nothing in the way, get out of the way, because that boat's coming through.
And that is a big sucker.
And to see that son of a gun, and I saw video of it, and it's almost like they've taken a slow motion video and speeded it up, because I saw the Enterprise in this video passing ships that were actually leaving huge wakes. And here goes the Enterprise. And classified or not, she'll do 150 miles an hour pretty easy. Well, 150 knots, that's, no. That's 150.
You might think it's going that fast, but it's not making that fast.
And
I know, but it's not there.
It may
not
be
there,
classified, but it's out there that she can go
fast.
quick. And the faster boats are they've got the other nukes that are just
They can
they slip through the water without even being there almost. They're slick. We're not far from having a lot of the things that people call science fiction being science and everyday fact here.
Yeah, absolutely. If we can think it, we can create it as
These
some
cameras,
universal
for goodness
statement.
sake.
What we're doing is magic here. It's like I love this stuff. I love it. I've been doing computers for 40 years. And I wrote software that ran nations, and but that was another journey. And this one is more fun. What happens on the other one is you sit in a little cubicle and you create this universe, but you're still sitting in a cubicle.
Yeah.
And your mind can go a long ways, but it's still sitting in the cubicle. And I'm free. I'm like this thing. I'm free, and I get to go out and be with people. And it's magic for me, and I love it. Although I went around to a huge amount of the Indian nations and that, but I run many of them still, and get them in. And every time I'd go to one, I'd always have to go visit the shaman of the tribe, and we would always have these wonderful mystic magic stories that we would share. But you're one of us. Yeah, I can just, you are. I just know it. I knew it when I saw you in there, over at the rack. And I said, I hope I get to talk to him. I said, sometimes you miss on the pass.
Yeah.
But I said, this is nice. I'm really enjoying this. I'd like to get Larry here too before I leave. But maybe you can talk to him.
He's been really busy. I thought he was going to be here today. Now that's a fella that has a lot of mysticism in his life.
Oh, he does.
And he's just surrounded by it.
Yeah, he plays the flute, and the flute is a mystical instrument anyway. And
I can't play one. I've tried. I bought me a nice one. I tried to learn to play it. And there's something about the delivery that just really is beyond me. I can't do it.
It takes that. Some people just have that type of magic.
I'm in tune with some things, but I ain't in tune with that.
Okay.
I just ain't.
Well, we're gonna can't cut this off for a while.
That's okay.
But we'll start again. We're gonna start again another little project here, which you'll see if you follow OMS Stories. Thank you.